So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a fantastic chance for us to have this very nice gathering. We have to confess that it was a very, very collective work. It started some years ago, but it continued with different type of, let's say, connections, with different type of ideas. We had the chance to learn more about the EU4Ocean initiative based on collaboration with our colleagues from Mare Nostrum here in Constanța, a very active NGO. And then we got in touch with the excellent team from MCA, and then we continued with different other colleagues. So it was a net which has been developed. Now we are at this point. We are very happy to say that we are marking also the International Black Sea Day. Actually is the International Black Sea Action Day, or the Action Day for the Black Sea. We shall clarify all these issues later on. So it is an honor for me and for our team here that the Minister of Education of Romania, Mrs. Anisie, the Minister of Education and Scientific Research of Romania, prepared a recorded address to to the participants for this event. So, with your permission, I shall now share the screen with this movie. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Monica Anisie, the Minister of Education and Scientific Research of Romania.
Stimați participanți, permiteți-mi să încep prin a mulțumi și a felicita organizatorii pentru găzduirea unui atelier internațional privind rețeaua școlilor europene albastre cu scopul de a promova acest model de școală. Aș dori, de asemenea, să-mi exprim bucuria de a participa la această întâlnire, a cărei oportunitate este determinată de provocările de mediu cu care se confruntă planeta noastră. Inițiativa de înființare a rețelei școlilor europene albastre reprezintă un cadru ambițios de acțiuni comune, atât pentru cadrele didactice, cât și pentru elevi, în felul acesta, promovând dezvoltarea durabilă în statele de coastă și nu numai. Aș dori să profit de această ocazie pentru a sublinia faptul că Ministerul Educației și Cercetării încurajează proiectele și inițiativele de integrare în rețeaua europeană. Cu scopul de a sensibiliza țările de coastă cu privire la necesitatea de a lua măsuri pentru a proteja și a conserva Marea Neagră, după cum știți, sărbătorim Ziua Internațională de Acțiune a Mării Negre în fiecare an, în data de 31 octombrie. Agenda Națiunilor Unite 2030 pentru dezvoltare durabilă prevede un cadru de acțiuni pentru crearea unui viitor mai bun pentru societatea noastră. Mai mult, la nivel european, Comisia a propus Acordul Verde sau Ecologic European, prevăzând o economie eficientă din punct de vedere al resurselor și ecologică până în anul 2050. Guvernul României este un susținător ferm al obiectivelor de dezvoltare durabilă și al Acordului Verde sau Ecologic European. Dragi participanți, unitățile și instituțiile de învățământ trebuie să pună mult mai mult accent pe promovarea dezvoltării durabile. De fapt, sistemul nostru educațional trebuie să evidențieze importanța apei pentru viitorul omenirii. Pandemia de COVID-19 cu care ne confruntăm a dovedit nevoia de solidaritate și cooperare la nivel regional și global pentru a răspunde mai rapid și mai eficient tuturor provocărilor educaționale. Sistemele noastre de educație trebuie să sensibilizeze și să educe viitorii specialiști pentru a pregăti în felul acesta răspunsuri politice adecvate la toate aceste provocări și a promova dezvoltarea durabilă. Vă doresc tuturor o întâlnire de succes și aștept cu nerăbdare rezultatele dezbaterilor. Vă mulțumesc! Stimați participanți!
Okay, so we are coming back live, and we would like to express also once again our gratitude for the message that was sent by our minister, that is underlying the importance of this event, the support of the Romanian ministry for the integration of the Romanian schools into this European network, and in such a beautiful and important initiative, and at the same time is putting this in the context of the United Nations Agenda for Sustainable Development and the Green Deal that was launched by the European Commission. And with this, we are moving to Mrs. Magdalena Andreea Străchinescu-Olteanu. So you have the floor. We are very happy that you had the chance and the possibility, due to your very tight program, to join our event. And this is, in this way, underlying the importance that DG Mare and the European Commission is giving for this initiative on blue schools. So, Mrs. Străchinescu, you have the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, good afternoon. We already passed noon, everybody. Bună ziua pentru cei care vorbesc limba română. Îmi face o deosebită plăcere să fiu astăzi alături de dumneavoastră și pentru a permite ca toți ceilalți să înțeleagă, o să continui în engleză. Thank you very much, and as I said, I'm really honored and pleased to be here today, because I think that what we need to achieve for the blue economy, first of all, is to put in practice a network that will allow us to have a better understanding from, I will say, the youngest age of what the sea can offer. There are a lot of policy objectives behind. You mentioned the Green Deal. We want to make of Europe a decarbonized continent by 2050, but we need to translate and to allow the youngest generation to make them to open their eyes to all these challenges. And this comes through, of course, education skills, and for this, of course, the schools will have an important role to play. You know very well that we launched the initiative on ocean literacy at the end of last year. Unfortunately, the current situation cut a little bit what we wanted to achieve in terms, let's say, of bringing all of us together. At the same time, I can see that the tools that we have, the IT tools, allow us nevertheless to communicate. It's always better when we can sit next to each other, but we move on from this, and we'll try, of course, to advance. If I'm looking at the coalition of the ocean literacy, the part on schools probably is the most visible, it will be at the end of the day. And we need, of course, to be able to ensure the success that we need. And for this, we want, of course, to have in the network, to have committed schools, but to have also passionate teachers. We need to have good projects. We need to have a very visible outcome. So for this, first of all, it needs to engage. And once the network is going to be launched, we want as well the network to cover all Europe, East, West, South, Island too, As well, we want to invest in all the support that teachers need. We want, of course, to develop and to put in place a handbook that will be presented as a tool that can support all of this. But first of all, as we know very well that education is a prerogative at the level of the member states, everything stays beyond commitment and engagement. So it's probably the first step to engage, to commit, and then to see how we are going to work together. Ocean literacy, it's the base. Schools are the base. Schools are offering also what the next generation can understand about the challenges that we have at the ocean level, and also can form the base of the future skills that we need for the sector. Because at the end, if you want to achieve the blue economy of tomorrow, the ocean economy, of course, that we need educated people, people that also are attracted by the sector and have the right skills to engage. So it's a full cycle here that we are trying to put in practice, and probably starting with the literacy is the most important one. So you have an important role with the activity that is organized today. And I think that probably what you have to do, of course, to check, of course, today what is the appetite that you have to adhere the network, and of course what will be the next step that you need to do in order to be a member and to really get engaged. Of course, that we rely on you, that you are spreading the word to other schools in the territory or the ones that you have contact. We rely on you to come up with interesting ideas for ocean literacy, how we can, if I could say, integrate them, and of course the young generation, to make them aware of the risk, of the dangers the seas and ocean at the end they face is because of the human activity, but also to show them how we have to act in order to protect them, to protect the health. In fact, ocean, it's really known, and it affects us all more than probably we are aware. We are aware of the things that are closer to us, but we need to let the kids more understand the fact that how we treat the ocean, it has a strong impact on the healthy life that we live at the end. So I hope that you'll have good results from today, and you let us know about interesting engagement from the part of the schools, and of course that we are happy to work all of you. From the side of European Commission, I would like just to mention that it's our engagement that ocean literacy is not going to stay as an isolated project as requested by the European Parliament, so financed only for a short period of time. We want to make on this initiative a permanent one, and to continue to work with all the schools in Europe, with all the young generation, but also with the professionals, the ones that are interested, to support the development of blue economy, started with the youngest ones.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Trăchinescu. A very blue message and very promising. So thank you for supporting these initiatives and the very broad, let's say, diversity of different actions related to the promotion of blue economy in the EU member states, and for our case, particularly for the Black Sea region. So before giving the microphone to Professor and Mrs. Anna Noronia, allow me to kindly ask you to open your camera in order to make a family photo. So please be so kind and open your cameras, because my colleague Andrea and Mihaela, they are in the Secretariat of the Black Sea. So we would like to take a screenshot with the participants. There is already a very significant number of participants, and we would like to thank you all for your time joining this event. So Andrea took the screenshot. Once again, thank you very much. So now we are continuing with let's say, the person who actually gave a boost to this collaboration. This is Ana Noronha from Ciancia Viva in Portugal, but also the coordinator of this project and different other initiatives regarding the ocean literacy in Europe.
Thank you very much. Thank you for these words, for your words, for this opportunity. I am very, very happy to be here. This is like a blue dream that we are achieving. We started with experiences across Europe in different parts where there are projects that really outstanding for the work they are already doing. There are large networks also internationally to working about the sea and to promote the sea and ocean literacy, because this is an urgent situation. The sea is waiting for us to understand how important it is in our lives and how it is changing, and we have to do something while there is still time. So this is an urgent situation. And on the other hand, the ocean is an opportunity, a huge opportunity for development, as Mrs. Strachinescu pointed out, but it has to be a blue economy development, so development that is sustainable and doesn't harm our environment. So this is getting more and more important, and as I said, urgent. Now, today, why this is important? Because we have made this network that is being promoted by under DG Mare. We have made it live in September, and right now, less than 1 month afterwards, we are having this first workshop on a region, the Black Sea, which is an important region, and relaunching the thing here, the idea. So this workshop is for all of you to get connected to each other, to attract other schools in the region, to attract the attention of stakeholders who will be willing to support these schools. But not only, this is not just the regional stuff. We have teachers with experiences from other regions across Europe. And what we want is that this becomes a European-wide, a pan-European network where people best practices in each region can show what they are doing, can learn with each other, so that we will have an overall pan-European network of blue schools. Blue schools are the basis, because this is not just about education, although education is one of the most important things in our society. But this is about linking education with the community, with the economy, with the local institutions, with local authorities. So blue schools have a very, very strategic role if we want to make the society blue, and if we want this idea of sustainable blue development to be really rooted into the society. So I am very happy to see so many people, so many different faces, different time zones, because here in Portugal it's still morning. So so many time zones, so many languages, but all connected towards the same idea, which is creating an exchanging experience on our blue schools. There are here very good projects. They will learn with each other. We who are in the organization will learn with you, because we need your input, and we need to know the experiences that you are having and what you have achieved to be able to spread the word and do even better, and share this experience with the other schools across Europe. So thank you, and let's have a very exciting meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you for all your support and for all your suggestions. I am sure that the most important aspect, as you mentioned, is that we are getting together, we are getting to know about each other, because we have to emphasize once again the concerns and the activities related to the promotion of sustainable development in coastal areas is not starting today. It has a long history. For many centuries, humanity and communities are doing this. And even in the Black Sea, believe or not, we have also initiatives related to the sustainable development of the coastal area, of the fisheries, of aspects related to the quality of waters, and so on. And in this context, allow me to introduce Mrs. Pınar Uygüren. She is representing the Institute of Marine Sciences from the Middle East Technical University. Actually, she is from Mersin area, from Erdemli, but even if it's located if from her window she looks to the Aegean and the Mediterranean waters, but her heart is at the Black Sea. So she's going to introduce the project Connect. The Black Sea Connect project is a game-changing activity that we consider that is going to set, let's say, the context of cooperation among the Black Sea in the field of blue economy for the coming decade. So, Pınar, please, you have the microphone.
Thank you, Eden. Thank you very much for this nice introduction. Yeah, I am actually connecting from the Mediterranean today, but we are here to work tirelessly for the Black Sea. Yeah, as Eden nicely put, I am the project manager of Black Sea Connect Coordination and Support Action. I will provide a very brief information on the project. Black Sea Connect project is a Horizon 2020 funded coordination and support action that has actually finished its first year in October. But the project is actually the results of efforts that have started in 2017 under Black Sea Blue Growth Initiative with the help of the European Commission. So the experts from the Black Sea coastal countries came together and developed a common document, a shared vision for the Black Sea called Black Sea Strategic Research and Innovation Agenda for a healthy, resilient, and a better value Black Sea. And the Black Sea Connect CSA is actually tasked to support the initiative, the Black Sea Blue Growth Initiative, to develop this document, this agenda further and implement it by creating its implementation plan. A bit on Syria. Syria is a very comprehensive document with dedicated pillars to research, to blue growth, blue economy, infrastructure, and education and capacity building. And on that note, we have actually the objectives are very much in line with EU4Ocean initiative. And actually, we have recently, under that pillar, we have recently launched or initiated Black Sea Young Ambassador programs, under which the ambassadors of the Black Sea riparian countries will work for raising awareness for the Black Sea and also capacity building, making the coastal communities more ocean engaged, more sea engaged. On that note, EU4Ocean and also the Blue schools have, I think, very good synergy that we can work on, as Andrea and Anna put. It's very important to have a very inclusive youth and have this bottom-up approach when it comes to involving the coastal communities so that we can develop their capacities to protect the seas and oceans that have very importance in our lives. On that note, I would actually like to use this opportunity to invite you all for an event that is starting tomorrow, organized by the initiative, Black Sea Blue Growth Initiative. On the first day, which is tomorrow, there will be an update of the Black Sea Syria, the agenda, And then on the second day, this very ambassador program will be launched by the Commissioner, Maria Gabriel. And then there will be a youth panel with ambassadors from the sea basins. And there they will discuss on how to make the seas more visible. And I'm sure most of the discussions today will be very relevant to the discussion that will take place there, because of course the education and capacity building and the ocean literacy will be a big part of our ambassadors' role, as well as the ambassadors of the other sea basins. Maybe I can just drop the link on the chat. On that note, without further ado, I would like to thank for this opportunity, and we will be very closely following the outputs of today's important workshop. Thank you, Adan.
Thank you very much, Pınar Hanım. So it was a very nice overview of the context. So within the Black Sea Connect, we are actually initiating different type of activities, and among those activities in Work Package 4, actually there is a dedicated set of activities for promoting the activities for education, training, and outreach. And in this context, actually, we started 1 year ago, almost, actually in December, we started our discussions with the General Inspectorate in Constanța for education in order to explore the way in which we can do something specifically for the support of the schools. And I would like to thank to Mrs. Ivanescu. She is the inspector within this General Inspectorate. I don't know if Mr. Sorin Mihai, the General Inspector, is now available, but if not, just in a few words, we have initiated a protocol of agreement with the Inspectorate in December last year. In January, it has been signed. Based on that protocol, we distributed questionnaires to all the schools from the county of Constanța, that is a region located between the Danube and the Black Sea. And then we received the outcomes from all these questionnaires, and based on them, we defined a set of pilot projects that are now under implementation, and we shall come back to them a little bit later. Mrs. Ivanescu, would you like to add something to this?
No, thank you.
Okay. So in this context, we are behind the schedule. We are also losing this time frame. So in this context, we shall jump very quickly to the core presentation of this Blue School initiative that will be done by Mrs. Evie Covjean from MSEA. And she is going to introduce us the process, the certification, handbook, and network. So we shall have, on a nutshell, let's say the synthesis of the most important information that we have to have getting out of this meeting. So Evie, please, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, Edith. I will share my screen now. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
Can see your screen very well. Yeah. You can even push on F5 to make it larger.
Okay.
In any case, it's okay. So yeah, that's
Is it
also
okay?
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It does not work, but that's okay. Well, let's try it this way.
No, but it is excellent. So you may continue, please.
So, good morning or good afternoon. Why this network of European Blue Schools? With this initiative, the EU4Ocean coalition, supported by the European Commission, DG Mare, invites schools from all over Europe to bring the ocean on a more long-term basis to the classroom and become part of this network of Blue Schools. Our main goals, they are to create a more ocean literate society where schools become agents for change and sustainability of the ocean and the seas. So schools with their principals, students and teachers, they become the key players, the motors of enhancing ocean literacy in Europe. Our other goal is to create a better connectivity between the Blue stakeholders and the schools. So we want to establish kind of ecosystems around the school where the schools, they work on real life issues with real life ocean professionals that can support them, learn them skills, and really be an inspiration to address blue topics in the classroom. Our other goal is to share experiences and collaborate with other schools, of course, and on a national scale, but also on an international scale. So school networks, they play an important role in bringing quality education to a larger scale. So these networks, they can serve as a kind of environment to explore innovative pedagogical ideas and methods. So what is the Blue School Network? Our main foundation is that a class develops a Find the Blue challenge. Through the Find the Blue challenge, the students, they explore in a project how they are connected to the ocean or the sea. So whether they live close by or far away. And when we speak about the ocean, we don't only talk about the big blue out there, but also on the seas, the river, the beaches, tidal marshes, the mangroves. All this needs to be considered. So you will discover the ocean is everywhere in our life. It's just simple a matter of identifying it. Our educational model, that is what you can see here. Oh God. Oh, excuse me. Our educational model, it exists of 10 keys, or what we call criteria, to become a Blue School. The model is pretty simple. It has all the ingredients to make a change in the school and in the community. So every Find the Blue challenge should have a project with interlinked activities. It should have a clear output, the second one, and it should involve all the students in the classroom in like every step of the project management and the implementation. And so students, they feel empowered and also responsible for their project. And this is done, the fourth, together with a local partner and shared with the community, the fifth one. So 5 criteria, these are mandatory to receive the certification of a European Blue School. We think that all classes in Europe have the capacity to set up this type of project. In a more advanced Find the Blue challenge, teachers, they can offer their students more authentic learning experiences or take them out, take them out to the sea, if that's possible, or to the river. They can also try to work multi or interdisciplinary, or mobilize more than one classroom in the school. They can continue to collaborate even with a school from at the coast if they are situated inland, or go beyond the borders of the country and establish a connection to a school in another country. So these type of projects, they depend, of course, greatly on which education system you're in, which location you're in. So they might not always be possible to develop, but once you start with developing a Find the Blue challenge, you will see that there are always opportunities to take your project one step further with these criteria. Schools that have developed a Find the Blue challenge, they can receive from us a European Blue School certification. So this certification is for the school of value to get an international visibility for their project and an opportunity to establish collaborations. It's also value for the teacher to get a recognition for the work that they have done, which is often not seen, which is often hard work, even outside of the school hours. And lastly, it is of value to the students because it's a kind of a personal accomplishment that can either spark an interest for a future blue career, or is just a great asset on their CV. So what is the network of Blue schools? All the certified schools, they become part of this network. So it's not only the schools that become part of the network, it's also the partners of the schools that become a member, including the research institutes, universities, education centers, NGOs, aquaria, you name it, all that can collaborate with the schools. And they are the main providers of the school resources and the education activities on ocean-related matters. They can also be professionals from blue sectors with an interest in education. So in this network, they can establish collaborations. We will do that via the Maritime Forum website or via the e-twinning group, which is probably known by teachers who are here present. In these platforms, we will share all the resources made by the certified schools in the network. Schools can also find some support there because in the EU4Ocean platform, we have now about 100 providers of resources and activities, of knowledge as well, interesting information, and more will join. So it is our aim to also be a gateway for teachers to all these resources and stakeholders. Moreover, we would like to bring the European Atlas of the Seas under your attention, as it's as a very important education tool for your work. It's now available in 24 languages. So all teachers who are present here, they will acknowledge the fact that having resources in your own language is very important. So we certainly encourage teachers to use those resources and use the resources also from your own region in your own language. So how have we set up this network and this certification? We started a couple months ago with a consulting phase. We had national contacts to consult on about 75 marine education specialists and 300 teachers. So here's a short summary of what our ocean education stakeholders concluded. So the certification or the program should have an interesting learning model, should have some help for beginning teachers, have especially a curriculum link, show inspiring projects, and definitely avoid duplication with all the existing materials and projects. and preferably be in different languages. So our model has also been based on several important initiatives, programs, policies, frameworks that you can see here. I can start with the ocean literacy movement in the United States, where scientists and educators built an ocean literacy framework for schools, encompassing everything a student needs to know about the ocean. That was certainly a start way back several years ago. The Portuguese Blue School label Escola Azul, that is a really true role model for this initiative. It will be later explained in the presentation of one of the teachers here. Other school labels, such as eco schools, which have been here a long time, have also been a great source of inspiration for this certificate. In European Blue School, students, they explore active European citizenship through ocean subjects, and via ocean stakeholders, they get to know the European blue economy and possible careers. Being in education for so long, you discover how a project-based learning pedagogy improves to be successful. As students, they in this type of pedagogy, they explore more real-life topics, so the challenges the ocean is facing today, and they do it themselves as well. Also, for us, it seems imperative to build a connection to the sea and bring students to the coast and promote some outdoor learning, if that is possible now in these times. So, as all teaching activities must be based on the national curriculum, we called in the help of the European SchoolNet to analyze several of the school curricula to find blue entry points in the curricula of the countries you see here mentioned. It is needless to say that the ocean is not a big part of the school curricula as such, but current ocean issues such as climate change, ocean health, they can be easily linked to the different subjects in the European curricula. In the science courses, languages, sports and art, you can marinate the curriculum topics and add in this way more ocean content to your classes. For beginning teachers, we developed a handbook taking you through all the criteria and a step-by-step guide, and offer a lot of tips. This handbook will be adjusted every year as more schools will get involved, and we also learn more from those schools. We want to emphasize that developing a Find the Blue challenge starts with a creative and democratic process, where the teacher is a facilitator, and it facilitates the selection of a real-life topic by the students, which they will investigate. And we believe the students, they are perfectly capable to design their own project and to go outside the classroom and connect to their local ocean stakeholder and the community. This will make the students experts in their project. So in the handbook, we will show a few of the so many great projects out there that are the work of a single individual passionate teacher or have been set up by that scientist who wishes to share his or her enthusiasm for the ocean. In this handbook, I would like to bring under the attention a few of the projects from here in Romania. Those are the projects that we focused on. So let's continue. Where are we now in this project? So the upcoming months, we have the testing of about 25 5 pilot schools from 9 countries. And in the meantime, all the other schools can already take the pledge and set up their own projects for this school year. So the application will start very soon. All the schools who take the pledge will receive all the information and the handbook and some guidance to the application on the website. As you know, some countries may be hindered due to the COVID-19 pandemic, as we are experiencing here in Belgium, which is hit pretty hard and is facing another lockdown. But let's remain positive, and that all crises include a transformation and a growth to a better world. So I hope I have convinced you to first become a member of our European Ocean, European Blue School community, and we look very much forward to get to know all the projects on the Black Sea and to work with you to build this network. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice, very beautiful, and at the same time comprehensive presentation. So I am sure that there are several questions. I would kindly ask to keep the questions for the last part, when we shall have a clear session for planning and for setting up the frame for this collaboration. So once again, thank you very much. We are lacking the time because we wanted to make it very brief, but now we have to move towards the schools, and we invited, let's say, 4 professors and participants in this process. We shall start with Professor Cristina Angel. She's the director of the Ovidius High School in Romania. Mrs. Angel, are you online?
Hi.
So once again, please take very briefly. Take it very briefly, so we have very few minutes. So in just in a very short and how can I say, condensed way, just tell us about the experience of this high school and the plans that you have for future projects. And if you could also center a little bit the camera, because we don't see your face, we see just your glasses. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm pleased to meet you this project around the Black Sea with the Blue Schools. Ovidius High School developed several projects in connection to various Black Sea issues during the last decade. Starting for the simple observation on the physical-chemical features and ending to more complex projects. The first projects were oriented to the Black Sea biodiversity and the human impact on it, but we step up towards more technical projects, targeting a solution to the local issues such biofuel from algae, using marine winds and currents to produce energy, or on the topic of marine litter. What about our students? We think that the sea creates the perfect laboratory for our students, offering plenty of opportunities to develop skills that are going to be useful for them in the future. Thank you, and more other things, maybe to other times. Next. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Angel. So in this context, of course, we mentioned that there are several pilot projects that we are intending to support during this year. And among them, at the Ovidius High School, we are initiating a process to develop a school laboratory on sea, let's say a laboratory that will allow to the students, to the participants to this project, to test their own ideas about the measurements of the quality of waters and different other activities. Now we are moving to Bulgaria. In Varna, there is already a Blue Career Center that is coordinated by Mrs. Jenka Rafilova. So, Mrs. Rafilova, I have seen that you are around.
No, I'm here. Hello.
Okay. So, please, you have the floor.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Thank you for invitation to participate in this wonderful event. I represent Marine Cluster Bulgaria with the head Ilze Atanasova, and I would like to share our experience in the field of promoting blue carriers. So I will try again to share my screen. If I cannot, I will just go ahead because I have a technical problem in this moment. So I represent actually the Blue Carrier Center of Marine Cluster Bulgaria. Blue Carrier Center of Marine Cluster Bulgaria is established in 2018 within the Mentor Project framework as a part of network of Blue Carrier Center of Eastern Mediterranean and Black Sea. So the main mission of this center is to promote opportunities for professional realization in the sectors of the blue economy in the Black Sea region, and to increase the attractiveness of blue carriers for young people, professionals, and job seekers. In this center are involved the representatives of the leading companies in different marine sectors. They participated in center with the idea to use their experience in marine sectors and to share this experience with potential workers and other professionals. So the main priority of the center is to organize Blue Career Days, and the center succeeded to organize 2 Blue Career Days. The idea of these Blue Career Days is to demonstrate to the high school students and graduated wide range of educational and employment opportunities, as well a place where young people meet employers and could obtain information from the source and can find a job or receive advice. The other thing which the center organized were visits to schools. So in all these editions, so far were involved about 250 participants. The first Blue Career Days were organized in January 2018. So representatives of the leading companies in marine sectors presented the career opportunities in these sectors, share their experience with students from high schools, from universities, and with other people who have interest in career in the blue sectors. What I can say is that the first edition was not so much interactive. So mainly the people from companies share their experience. Even after presentations, visitors had opportunity to visit different stands of high schools, schools, and leading companies, and to have face-to-face contact with their representatives. The second edition was a Blue Career Days, was held in November 2019. The same venue, new approach. So the whole area was divided in 4 sectors: marine transport, cruise tourism, and other 2 sectors. So visitors succeeded to have impressions from presentation in different sectors, visiting every session, which changed every 15 minutes. And after these presentations, again, visitors could have personal contacts with representatives of the high schools and leading companies. There were some visits to schools in 2018-2019. So many the pupils in high schools got knowledge about opportunities for career in blue sectors, advantages of jobs in these sectors, and they have really very good, very high interest in that. Unfortunately, in this challenging year, COVID-19 affected planet activities, so we postponed visits to school. We couldn't organize again Blue Career Days in Varna. And there was a plan, Blue Career Days, to be held in other sites and regions in Bulgaria in face-to-face format. So now the solution is in center. We work on the concept of virtual Blue Career Days and to organize them in Varna and in other towns in Bulgaria. So that is from me. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have some questions, you are welcome to ask me.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this initiative. I remember in 2018 in Burgas, it was organized the European Maritime Day, and it was like a festival of different types of activities. So congratulations for what you are doing. Now we are moving on the other side of Europe. We are moving to Professor Manuela Valentin from Mare Nostrum project in Portugal. You have the floor.
Good morning to all. Can you see my screen?
Now we can see it.
Are you able to see it?
Yeah, we can see it, but you have to also move to your application.
So can you see it?
We can see just the frame, but now it's perfect. Now it's okay.
Well, it's working. I was just checking with you if you were able to see it. So let's go back a little bit. So the name of our project is Mar Norte. We are Portuguese Blue School. And I'm Manuela Valentin from Escola Básica Dr. Alberto Iria in Olhão. It's in the south of Portugal. And just trying to tell you what Blue School is here in Portugal. So you have an educational program of the Portuguese Ministry of the Sea, developed by the Directorate General for Maritime Policy. It also relies on partnerships with a great variety of entities connected to the sea who provide multidisciplinary marine education actions directed at Blue Schools. And Blue School encourages schools to explore ocean issues through structured and interdisciplinary strategies, aiming for a social impact both with the participation of different partners through the involvement of local communities. That's really a key point. So here are the criteria to become a Blue School here in Portugal, more or less similar to what Evie shown as the European Blue School. So we have to apply for it, and we have to, the coordination of the Blue School will evaluate our application, will give you advice, and also provide us with all the help we need and the resources and a wonderful network to work with partnerships. That is also a very important issue for Blue School implementation. So these are the criteria. So we encourage students to take action, including different subjects, because people always relate Blue Schools with science, but it's not only science. You have languages, foreign languages like English and French. You have geography, so many citizenship, so many things that you can and should use as a Blue School. Of course, involving the local community, engaging different grades of students, interact with partners networks. And here in Portugal, we select, for each school, we select two Blue School ambassadors that will represent the school when, for example, we have regional or national meetings. Also, we, of course, follow the ocean literacy principles in a multi-perspective approach. I'll skip this one because we are running out of time. So our project aims is to address, in our case, it's very specific because we are relating to our local community, address the issue of Rio Formosa's preservation, because we, as I said, we are in the south of Portugal, near Faro, and we are surrounded by the beautiful Rio Formosa that we should protect above all issues. The importance of water in maintaining life, sustainable water resource management for ecosystem balance, renewable energy production for a sustainable economy, blue economy, climate change causes and consequences, and of course the importance of the SDGs, particularly goal 14, that's life below water, as you know. Our project approach is a project-based learning. So we started by identifying the problem and doing some research, choosing a local problem with which the students felt related and connected with, and our base is from local to global. Draw a plan, communication and collaboration between the students and the teacher. And as Ivy said as well, teachers are seen as facilitators. Just will show the way, and the students will learn by researching and doing their work. We started by submitting our project to the Blue School team. We also encourage our students to develop digital skills, autonomy, critical thinking, and of course, they have to divide tasks and responsibilities. So finding solutions. So it's time to take actions, not just words. We work with partnerships, establish protocols with local and national institutions that will give us support and also cause an impact on the local community, involve the school community, families, and the local authorities. And in our case, we involve all 8th grade classes and 2 5th grade classes, more or less 130 students and about 15 teachers. And the outcomes were building a website, organizing workshops and debates, campaigns, art and work exhibitions, and we aim to students become change makers by trying to raise awareness and spirit of initiative and creativity, and also connect with other schools to share ideas and learn from others. That's really important. We can learn all with each other. A project to be continued for the next 2 years. And this was the website we created. We called it Mar Nostrum, because we are a Blue School. We enter on a national contest called Site Star 7, and we won the 2nd place in the environmental sustainability category. And because we are Blue School, we decided to build this website where the students would organize all their research, and I'll show you a little bit. I'm sorry, it's currently only in Portuguese, but we will be working on an English version this year. And I just wanted to highlight that this website was built during the lockdown. So we can see the lockdown as a setback, but it can also be seen as an opportunity to engage students in collaboration and other subjects that are so important, like the ocean problematic that we aim to solve. So here are several subjects. We, of course, invite everyone to join us and become a Blue School. So here you have several pages where we have our goals, interesting projects we also related with, the 2030 agenda, of course. This is a photographic exhibition made by the kids, all their works. This is the Blue School Day celebration that was celebrated for the first time this year on the 19th of May. And we were already during the lockdown, but still they managed to participate with videos, with songs, with poems, with photos. We involved the whole community, the families. We also had some videos made by the municipality and by other partners we work with, like Zoomerin. And these are all, it was an amazing experience. These are all the workshops that they attended and participated in. Let's go back to the presentation. Let me see if I can just go back to show you the rest. Wait. I'll stop sharing and I'll share it again. Because here, okay, let me just see. Be quick as I can. And can you see it now?
Not
Can
yet.
you see it?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
Not yet, so it's uploading. So from this context, we represented on a regional level our school, of course, but we received a note of appreciation by the regional education delegate of the Algarve, Dr. Alexandre Martins Lima, for the commitment, the effort, the dedication, because they developed this project during the lockdown. So this is really an outstanding outcome. And just to let you know that although we have some setbacks with the pandemic, we really managed to complete our work. So thank you for your time and attention. My email if you really want to reach out, and our website if you want to have a look. And we'll promise that this year we'll present the English version. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. Obrigado. So I had the chance to visit Faro also and to have a tour on boat.
Oh, you have to come
on boat. I've been there. I've been some
Yes.
years ago, and I had a tour on boat of the caves there are on the ocean side, there are some caves from the otter. And I took a tour from there. It's an amazing place, very nice place. So congratulations for what you are doing there. So we shall come back maybe to some questions, but now we are moving to Peder. And while he will start his presentation, I shall share my screen. Just 1 second.
As mentioned before, I think everybody heard I'm having Wi-Fi problems, so Professor Mahmoud will share for me. I am, by the way, I'm in Austria, and can you guys hear me? Well, that's all. Okay, so I am in Austria, and my project really, I think the core value of it is it really, not only did it enhance ocean literacy and knowledge, but it really, the entire thing was really built around empowering youth really to trust them to do all steps of the project. And I think you'll see,
Peder,
I don't
just,
know.
sorry for interrupting, just make me a sign when to start the video.
Okay. I'm almost done with my brief introduction. So it's just, as you'll see, youth-centered. I'm expecting this won't stream very well, in which case you can certainly stop it. And I've, in the chat room, by the way, left a link so you can watch it as it should be seen. But please give it a try.
Colleagues, really an honor to be here among so many, like myself, who are really passionate about protecting the ocean. My name is Peter Hill. I'm an art and biology teacher in Austria. I'm the founder of BSUN and also Fate Changer app. I would like to tell you a story about the potential of young people to protect the ocean and offer a proposal about how we bring them to the center of gravity, ocean advocacy, and leadership. This project started a little over 3 years ago when I was teaching art, and in my art class, I brought in some biology talking about plastic ocean, which they didn't know about at the time. They were horrified. Of course, I suggested that we build something out of very trash that goes into the ocean that will really reflect the issue and bring attention to it. So we decided together to build a giant whale out of trash. They were incredible. It took 6 months. Ferocious warriors the entire time, and what they created was really beautiful. This we thought was not enough. The impact that it had, so we decided to approach the United Nations. We had the Children's Clean Ocean Summit. We had that huge success. The kids ran the entire thing. They taught each other about the problems and also the solutions to plastic. And then they prioritized what they thought should be done. We took this prioritized list and embedded it in a document that they themselves wrote on the Children's Clean Ocean Declaration. And then after this was created at the summit, all the kids signed the declaration. And we sent it to every world leader. We've since personally heard from well over 20 and many, many other ministries and whatnot also sent a lot of letters responding to their call for action. The whale sculpture, which is called The Last Whale, recognizing what will happen when we change our waves in the ocean. It's been exhibited twice already. First at the United Nations for World Environmental Day, in which the kids also give speeches about plastic ocean. It's also been over a month in the Austrian Academy of Sciences, being served as kind of the spiritual focal point of a global conference about sustainability that they have there. The next scheduled exhibition is at the House of Nevis, Austria's largest aquarium. It should hopefully start in November, and it will feature the whale sculpture, declaration, the original declaration, the letter from world leaders, the story about what the people accomplished, information about plastic ocean pollution. Also, the Fate Changer app. Fate Changer app is now in beta. It's soon to be released on iOS and then in Android. It's something that I really co-designed with kids, and we put developed by an incredible network of volunteers around the world. It is packed with youth-centered resources about plastic ocean pollution, climate change, sustainability, and then it links learning to activism. Letter writing campaigns, policy hijack campaigns, toolkit that show kids how to work with local government. And the overall goal is really to build a network large enough that we can statistically sample youth and doing so argue for a formal voting seat in the United Nations. We've done our due diligence as possible. The project has been recognized in many, many languages around the world. So the proposal I have is that we create a textbook that includes incredibly powerful stories about plastic ocean pollution, other issues in the ocean, written by the world's best writers, really in the model of magazine. We could take that information and link that powerful literature directly to activism through the app. This could be distributed to aquariums within Europe, providing the aquariums excellent material. Also, any teachers that happen to go through the aquarium, there are a lot of them, and also for the general public. A crossover type of project, both in educational and popular function. I am sure that the world's best writers will answer the call for very little because this is a really powerful project. I already have on board David Carson, who is one of the world's most famous graphic designers, certainly the coolest graphic designer on the planet. I will be open to any alliances. Please contact me if you have any questions, ideas, or connections. Reach me through kidsaveocean.com. And I will leave you with the teaser for the app, which you can see created by the kids as well. If you give them an opportunity, they will change the world.
So thank you very much, Peter. It's an amazing initiative, and you are doing a fantastic job. The impact is really significant, and we can learn a lot of things on how you are doing. So we shall have some discussions around this topic. But with your permission, I shall lead the discussions at the end of the event. So now, thank you very much. We are moving to Mrs. Andreea Ionașcu. She is the General Director of Mare Nostrum, the NGO in Romania that is probably the most active organization doing something real in our activities in the area of activism for blue. So,
thank you,
Andrea. Please have the floor. Try to make it condensed, okay?
I only have some pictures and a few ideas to show to everybody. Good afternoon. I'm glad to be here with you. I'm actually not the General Director of Mare Nostrum, but I'm glad you think of me that way. I am just in charge of the education department. That is my field of expertise, so to speak. I just want to show you some pictures because we have a lot of activities for schools. We have been supporting schools in their efforts to be more blue, so to speak, for 26 years now. And I just wanted to show you the areas and the domains that we work on, because we have, of course, a lot of projects and activities which are not really relevant right now. I just want you to remember that Mare Nostrum NGO has always been a resource for schools in Constanța, especially because we have been working with hundreds of schools and with thousands of teachers for a long time. So what we do is we have a few types of activities, for example, class activities and outdoor activities, such as you can see right now in the pictures that I'm showing to you. They are usually held by our volunteers. We have public events in which schools and teachers and the students, their parents can be involved, like Dolphin Day, like the Black Sea Action Day, which in litter. We had